What if you could have a career where the opportunities are as vast as our nation, where it's not about mission statements, but a shared mission? At U.S. Customs and Border Protection, we go beyond to protect more than borders. From ship to shore, air to ground, cities to local communities, CBP agents and officers are keeping people safe. Join U.S. Customs and Border Protection and go beyond for something far greater than yourself. Learn more at cbp.gov/careers.
The mighty and resilient Merrimack River, carving through the communities of our great region. My name is Linda Lorden, proud president of Merrimack County Savings Bank, and like the river that serves as our namesake, we're a constant yet ever-changing presence. Because to us, it's bigger than banking. It's about powering communities and putting people first. It's about knowing where you came from and where you're going. That's Merrimack style. Visit us at themerrimack.com.
Hello and welcome to this week's podcast episode. Hope you're all okay. But let's not waste any time and head over to Section 1. Section 1. Add these time idioms to your British accent practice. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a collection of British English idioms, all related to the subject of time. Idioms are a vital aspect of language that can add colour to your speech and help you sound more like a native speaker. Why are idioms important for your accent and speaking skills? Well, firstly, cultural understanding. Idioms often reflect cultural nuances in everyday life. Understanding and using them correctly can help you connect more naturally with native speakers. Number 2, fluency and fluidity. Incorporating idioms into your speech can make your conversation sound more fluid and less textbook-like. This natural use of language is key to achieving a genuine British accent. Number 3, expressiveness. Idioms can convey complex ideas succinctly and vividly, enhancing your ability to express yourself clearly and effectively. So here's some time-related idioms to practice, along with their meanings. Number 1, in the nick of time. In the nick of time. This means just at the last possible moment. So, she caught the bus in the nick of time just as it was about to leave. Number 2, around the clock. Around the clock. Which means continuously all day and all night. The team worked around the clock to finish the project on schedule. Number 3, beat the clock. Beat the clock. So this is to finish something before the time limit. He managed to beat the clock and submit his assignment a few minutes before the deadline. Number 4, behind the times. Behind the times. This means old-fashioned or not particularly up-to-date. His views on technology are a bit behind the times. He still prefers using a typewriter. Number 5, bide your time. Bide your time. This means to wait patiently for the right moment. She decided to bide her time and wait for the perfect opportunity to make her move. Number 6, call it a day. Call it a day. So this would be stop working for the day or to bring a particular activity to an end. After working for 10 hours straight, they decided to call it a day. Number 7, crack of dawn. Crack of dawn. This means very early in the morning. They set off at the crack of dawn to avoid the morning traffic. Number 8, 11th hour. 11th hour. The last possible moment before a deadline. He always waits until the 11th hour to start his assignments. Number 9, time flies. Time flies. So this means time seems to pass really quickly. It's hard to believe it's already been a year since we started this project. Time flies. Number 10, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon, which means very rarely. She only comes to visit once in a blue moon, so it's always a special occasion. Number 11, Make up for lost time. Make up for lost time. So this is to do something quickly because you started late or you've previously missed the opportunity. After being away for so long, they spent the weekend together to make up for lost time. Number 12, on the dot. On the dot. Which means exactly on time. The meeting starts at 10 a.m. on the dot, so don't be late. Number 13, pressed for time. Pressed for time. In a hurry or with little time to spare. I'm pressed for time, so I can't stay for lunch today. Number 14, time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. This means acting quickly is essential. With the deadline approaching, time is of the essence. Number 15, against the clock. Rush to finish something before a deadline. They were working against the clock to complete the report by the end of the day. Number 16, take your time. Take your time. To do something slowly and carefully. There's no rush. Take your time to finish the test. Number 17, in due course. In due course, which means at the appropriate time. All the necessary information will be provided in due course. Number 18, time and tide wait for no man. Time and tide wait for no man. No one can stop the passage of time. So, we need to make a decision now because time and tide wait for no man. Number 19, the time of your life. The time of your life. So this is a very enjoyable experience. They had the time of their lives on their trip to Italy. They had the time of their lives on their trip to Italy. Number 20, to do time. To do time, which means to serve a prison sentence. He had to do time for his involvement in the robbery. Number 21, have a whale of a time. Have a whale of a time. This means to have an extremely enjoyable experience. The kids had a whale of a time at the amusement park. The kids had a whale of a time at the amusement park. Number 22, like there's no tomorrow. Like there's no tomorrow. Doing something with great intensity or urgency, as if it's your last opportunity. She danced like there's no tomorrow at the party last night. So I encourage you to practice these idioms and try and incorporate them into your daily conversations. Doing so will not only help you sound more like a native speaker, but also deepen your understanding of British culture and language. Happy practicing. And as always, feel free to reach out with any questions or to share your progress. Section 2. Have you got time to take the quiz? So in Section 1 we covered some idioms, and in Section 2 I've created a short quiz to test your knowledge. The quiz is available for all website visitors for the upcoming week, but will then be behind the paywall and only accessible to my British Accent Bundle subscribers. So if you haven't joined the bundle yet, why not sign up today? You get more information about the courses at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. But let's take a couple of questions from the quiz here. Question 1. Which idiom means just at the last possible moment? Is it around the clock, in the nick of time, beat the clock, or bide your time? So which idiom means just at the last possible moment? Around the clock, in the nick of time, beat the clock, or bide your time? So I would say it's in the nick of time. What does beat the clock mean? Does it mean to act quickly, to delay an event, to finish something before the time limit, or to wait patiently? What does beat the clock mean? And I would say to finish something before the time limit. Let's do one more. Which idiom means to wait patiently for the right moment? Is it take your time, bide your time, buy time, or on the dot? So which idiom means to wait patiently for the right moment? Take your time, bide your time, buy time, or on the dot? And I would say you'd bide your time and wait patiently for the right moment. Do you agree with me? I think that's the right answer. Can I just take a moment to break in here? You can get access to quizzes and members-only posts when you become a member of the British Accent Bundle at learningbritishaccent.com. And of course, you also get access to both the British Accent training courses. That's the RP British Accent Pronunciation course and the Ultimate RP British Accent Learning Resource. You can get all of this for under £7 per month. So if you select the yearly membership option at only £79, you can get immediate access to all these resources. So for less than £7 per month, you can make so much improvement to your speaking voice and gain so much confidence in your fluency and conversation skills. So why not gift yourself this opportunity? Section 3. Can Americans speak English like the British? Now, the simplest answer to this question is, of course. However, it's worth clarifying that this is not a question simply about accent. You can adapt your American pronunciation to sound more British by focusing on the key sounds that are produced differently. But American English also differs from British English in vocabulary, slang, and spelling. So let's go through those one by one. Vocab. There are hundreds of everyday words that are different. So, for example, Brits say autumn, while Americans say fall. Brits say holiday, while Americans use vacation. Brits say trainers, and Americans say sneakers. There are tons more examples, which I may explore at a later date, but fortunately most Americans and Brits can usually guess the meaning through the context of a sentence. Slang. Here's a selection of American slang words highlighted by Guardian readers who found them in turn both confusing and irritating. Now, if you don't know, The Guardian is a British newspaper. Brownstone, which is a house built or faced with brownish red sandstone. Brownstone. Duke it out, is to compete against someone or something. Dweeb is a person regarded as socially inept or foolish, often on account of being overly studious. Lickety-split, which means without delay. Mojo, which is personal magnetism or charm. Pony up, which is to pay, the money owed or which is due. Sledding, a specific kind of progress towards a goal. Suck, and this is to be disgustingly disagreeable or offensive. I'm not sure how current that Guardian article was. I'm guessing many of those slang terms have probably been overtaken by something more contemporary. British English speakers wouldn't generally use those words in their conversations. Likewise, American speakers probably wouldn't use some of our British slang, which I shall go through a few examples. So we've got gutted, which means upset or disappointed. Bob's your uncle means there you go, that was easy. Pissed, which is a word for being drunk. Does what it says on the tin, which means it performs as expected. The final difference is spelling. There are hundreds of minor spelling differences between British and American English. In America, Noah Webster, who was an author, politician and teacher, did attempt to reform English spelling in the late 1700s to spell words the way they sounded. So, for example, I'll put these words in the show notes so you can see the difference. Labour in British is L-A-B-O-U-R, whereas the US spelling misses out that U, so it's L-A-B-O-R. The same with colour. British spelling C-O-L-O-U-R, and you lose that U in the US spelling, so it's C-O-L-O-R. Same with the word honour. In British English, we have a U in there, so it's H-O-N-O-U-R. The U disappears in the US spelling, so it's H-O-N-O-R. The colour grey is spelt differently. In British, it's with an E, G-R-E-Y, whereas in America, G-R-A-Y. And the word cheque is spelt differently. The British spelling is C-H-E-Q-U-E, whereas the US spelling, C-H-E-C-K. If you would like to change your US pronunciation to the RP British style, do sign up to the British Accent Bundle training. As part of your course, you'll receive a guide of the sounds you should work on to reduce your US accent. Go to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle, link in the show notes. Section 4. How to improve your British accent in just 60 minutes. Give me an hour and you'll see improvements in your British accent speaking voice. Have you heard of a phonetic pangram? A phonetic pangram. It's a sentence that contains all the different English sounds, and it's a quick and useful way to test out whether you're getting all your sounds pronounced correctly. I find them a useful tool to use in an accent assessment, and you can use one now to check which sounds you need to work on. So I've recorded an example of a phonetic pangram for you to listen to. There's a few takes, so you can compare your pronunciation with mine. Repeat the pangram as a sentence, and then say each of the words individually. Is your pronunciation matching up with my recording? Are the sounds the same? If not, try and match and shadow my voice exactly. It may take a few attempts as you work out how to correctly place your mouth, your tongue and your lips to replicate each sound. But keep repeating so you can build these new sounds into your muscle memory. Now, I'll put a link to the recordings, which are available on my website, but I'll put a link in the show notes. Now, you'll probably end up quite tired much before the hour is up, but bookmark this page on the website and return to it tomorrow and the following days to continue your practice. So enjoy your pangram pronunciation. Here it is. The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started vending and quacking. The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started vending and quacking. The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started vending and quacking. Thanks again for listening to today's episode. I hope you can join me next week, especially if you are a native German language speaker, as I have some tips to help you speak English with a British accent. Until then, have a great weekend, and I hope you can join me as a member of my British Accent Bundle. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's time to gather loved ones together for all the holidays' best spread. Lynn's has great prices on all your favorite Thanksgiving items, from delicious turkey with all the fixings to mashed potatoes and yummy pies. We have everything you need to create your perfect Thanksgiving dinner. Whether it's cooking the traditional meal, completely store-bought, or a combination of both, your best holiday meal starts here. Learn more and start shopping today at lynsgrocery.com. Lynn's, where delicious begins.